Surprise! Nah, I'm just kidding.
Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in. I'm Sarah, that's Ellis, and this is our truck camper. We love to adventure in the great outdoors, and we have hiked, camped, and splashed in some truly amazing places over the last few years. We don't know where all we'll get to visit in the future, but we want to continue adventuring, and we're taking you along with us. After many weekends working on projects, we have finally finished the remodel of our camper, which was an adventure of its own. So this means that it is time to finally get back out there part-time. This time around in our new rig. Follow along to see where our adventures take us next.
Hi friends, happy weekend and welcome back to another video. This weekend we have a pretty interesting destination to share with you guys. It's somewhere we haven't been in a while, but it's definitely somewhere that I think you will recognize, at least if you've been around here for a while. If you're new, welcome. But anyway, let me go ahead and show you where we're at, and then we'll grab some coffee and sit down for a chat. Okay. I think you're gonna know where we are, but let's see. Haven't figured it out quite yet? Let me show you around some more. Yeah, that's right. I'm pretty sure you guessed it the second I stepped out of the camper. Ellis and I are back home. So I know I have a bit of catching up to do with you guys to get you up to speed with where we are at and what we're up to. But first, let's head inside and make some coffee. I am so ready for it this morning. Ellis, do you want to come in while I make my coffee? Okay, our coffee is empty. Let's talk. We have a bit of catching up to do to get you guys up to speed with what Ellis and I are up to, but we're going to try and do it pretty quickly so that I can get to work. We have quite a bit of work to get done today. So as I mentioned in last week's video, that was unfortunately the end of our time camping up in the mountains for this trip. The next morning, Ellis and I loaded up and we began the very long drive home. I was honestly pretty tired at that point and I didn't do a lot of filming on our way home. But for the most part, we just worked on making tracks and getting home in time for me to quickly fling everything back together and get back to work Monday morning. It's the weekend again now. I have gotten a lot of the stuff out of the camper and done a little bit of cleaning in there already, but we need to do some more cleanings. That way it'll be ready to go for our next adventure. I don't have one planned right now, but I have a few ideas that I'm tossing around. In addition to getting the inside of the camper all cleaned up, we're gonna have to do some pretty good deep cleaning on the outside as well, including especially up on the roof. We had a pretty good storm come through a few days ago, knocked down a lot of branches and leaves. So that pretty much gets you all caught up to where we are now, just working on getting everything cleaned up. So today what I'm going to do is bring you guys along with me for that and kind of give you my thoughts and impressions of how the truck and the camper handled on this trip. Alright, well now we have dug out everything that needs to be taken out of the camper. Now, just to get it all out of here so we can start the cleaning process. But before I move on to the next step, I have to pet this dog. No, before I move on to the next step, I wanted to share with you guys some of my thoughts and initial impressions, specifically relating to the livability of the camper. I think that the design and functionality of this camper is very much ideal for me. This is pretty much an ideal layout. We have a really good dinette setup, gives me a good table place for doing work. The kitchen has plenty of space for the really simple meals that I make. I think what I like so much about this is that it is a pretty compact size compared to most other campers, but it still includes in here everything that I need. It isn't decked out with all of the latest and greatest technologies and top of the line amenities, but it has just what I need to feel very comfortable. We could definitely camp with less, but for longer trips especially, this is such a wonderful setup for us. So those are a few of my initial thoughts and impressions. Next step, let's get all this out of here and get to deep cleaning. Or just regular cleaning, to be honest with you. I'm not deep cleaning today. It just sounded good, so I said it. Hey, Ellis. Are you outside? Yeah? Alright. Sit. Go outside. Right. Alright, let's get to cleaning. not going to believe me what it looks like up there unless I show you. Come here. So yeah, bit of cleaning to do. Alright, so next we're going to clean out the inside of the truck, and I also want to take the opportunity to talk a little bit about how the truck and the camper handled together. Well, let's get some work done first. So let's talk about my truck. If you're new here, you might not realize that the truck is even newer to me than the camper is. I bought the camper before I had a truck to haul it around. I bought this truck specifically in order to haul my camper. It is a 2015 GMC Sierra 2500 short bed crew cab with a gasoline engine. My dad and I made one suspension upgrade to the truck. The one upgrade we made was adding timber and bump stops to the rear. Even before we put the timberings on, the rear of my truck only sagged a small amount. When we added the timberings in, I think the truck now sits pretty darn level. I did not go the route of airbags, and I did not add a sway bar. Now granted, I have never driven a truck with airbags and a sway bar. Instead of this is the only setup I have tried, but it has worked really well for me so far. Even though you definitely still pay for the timberings, it was a much cheaper option for me than a sway bar and airbags. You are so dirty. Time for you to get clean. Okay, we made it our destination about 200 feet down the road. So next step is going to be getting up on top of the camper and starting from the top down. Well, actually the next step is going to be changing my clothes, so I'm ready to do that. Okay, so change of plans. I walked back home to get dressed in clothes I wouldn't mind getting all grubby cleaning the camper, and then I remembered that I had plans to go visit my grandparents this afternoon, so we're actually going to call that the end of this week's video, because that's all I'm going to be doing for the camper today. I'm going to spend the rest of the afternoon visiting with some family. And we'll pick up again here next weekend. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your week. Bye for now. I turned the furnace on accident and then realized I needed to film and now it won't turn off. Oh my gosh, it's been going for like a minute and a half. Okay, here we go. Ah, shoot. Throwing cans. Oh no! Ah, okay. Alright, well, we'll come back to that. Where's he at? There he is. There he goes. Okay, come on. See, now that was a test for you, and you guys failed. You almost let me drive off with the back two jacks. Still halfway down. It's a shame.